The market gaps and grinds as the bulls put pressure on 7,000. To infinity and beyond, this is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so as we talked about last week, it was do or die for the bears, and if the bears couldn't hold that 6,800 level, we were looking at 6,850 to 6,900 with 7,000 being a potential if they decide to really squeeze. And that's exactly what we saw as the market has gapped up Friday and Monday and now is putting pressure on 7,000. So the question is, do the bears have any hope, or is it infinity and beyond? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, as always, before we jump into the charts, we are going to take a look at the indicator. I got to be honest, it was a gap up and kind of grind day, so there really wasn't much going on, but we did have a couple small wins and a couple small losses for a nothing burger kind of day. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 5-minute SPY chart in TradingView, and if you're new here, this is how we trade our indicator. We use it for day trading on the 5-minute chart and swing trading on the weekly chart. On the daily chart here, you can see not a whole lot happened. It was mostly a sideways day. We'll get into that in just a second. But first, let me talk about the setup here. What we have on the left is you have the yellow. That's your pre-market trading. We have the right. That's your post-market trading. We don't trade any of that. In fact, we only trade the first part of the day. We trade from the open until 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 1 p.m. Eastern. And the reason is that's when all the volume comes in. That's when the moves tend to happen if there are going to be moves. And that's really where you want to see the volatility and the trading take place. Once you get past that, it gets a little choppy and monotonous, and you can get chopped up pretty easily and give back any of your wins. Now, we are in TradingView, and this is a TradingView only indicator. So if you don't have a TradingView account, that's okay. I can get you one at a discount. I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. But for right now, just know you need a TradingView account. And it's called IWJ Pivot Point Pro. You can see the buys and sells on the screen. We hit the eyeball, turn it off and on. And so we got a day today. It was very grindy and sideways after the big gap up. We did get a sell right here, very small winner. We got a sell right here, very small winner. Both of those were about 10% wins. I can go into all the detail of how we get to our wins, but those were both small wins. And then this one up here was a small loss, and we had another one that was a small loss as well. So not a good day, not a bad day, just a day. It's hard to trade when there's nothing to trade. Market's going sideways. There's nothing here to do anything with. So not a whole lot of trading opportunity today as the market refused to give any kind of two-way trading and mostly grinded until it pushed up at the end of the day. Now, if you didn't check out my update on Instagram, I'm doing a morning update and an afternoon update on Instagram to give you guys a little something different and give you something about the overnight action and how that happened. Check that out. I kind of told you this was going to be the case, that one of two things were going to happen. They came into the one-day max, which are these yellow lines right here. They were either going to reject this and pull back like the RTY did and the RSP did, but the MAG 7 was too strong and wouldn't allow it on the ES and the NQ and the SPY. So what we saw was the sideways action, the other option I gave. I said they weren't likely to break out and blow out of here, and they didn't until the close. So there was really nothing to do all day. It was a sideways kind of day. We were looking for a breakdown potentially. Again, the RTY and the RSP provided those, but the S&P wasn't strong enough because of the MAG 7. So MAG 7 had a tremendous day. When the MAG 7 has a tremendous day, it's really hard for the markets to go down. So not a whole lot going on, but guys, as you can see on the screen, we do really well with this. We absolutely crush it. We have people who take off work because they make enough money, they want to go play golf. People who literally pay all their monthly bills by using our indicator. We have people that call it a cheat code. We have all kinds of people making money with this, and all you got to do is follow some simple rules. When you sign up for the indicator, guys, well, first of all, here's how you get it. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and check that out. It takes you over to the website. When you're there, check out our membership plans area. You go over there to our membership plans, and you'll see our monthly rooms. You'll see our daily live calls, and then you'll see our TradingView indicators, guys. It's $59 a month, $5.90 for the year. You get 2 months for free because you're obviously getting a bigger time frame there, and I'm giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee. I stand behind everything I do. I love my work. I'm very proud of my work. I know you're going to love it too, but if you don't, I understand. It's not for everyone. Some people don't like it. Some people don't like how it works. That's okay. Simply shoot me an email and I will give you your money back. Now, once you get it, guys, you do get a set of instructions. First, you got to send me your TradingView username so I can get you set up. Second, if you don't have a TradingView account, I told you get one at a discount. You just click this link right here. You get 20% off. And then if you go down, you'll see how to set up TradingView, how to set up the indicator, day trading strategy or swing trading strategy, everything you need in order to use the indicator the way it's intended so that you can see the kind of results that we get as well. We'd love to have you on as part of the team, but now let's jump into the charts and take a look. Okay, guys, so on the ES, we've been talking about this for a while. 2 weeks ago when we got this move down, there was two options we were looking for. The downside option was primary. We were looking for them to follow through here. They failed. And when they failed and came back and took out this high, that created this squeeze here. And that squeeze has taken us to our upside targets of 6,850 to 6,900. They're actually slightly above 6,900 right now. I did say that 7,000 was a very reasonable destination. It's a round number. It's also the 2.0 of the AB move higher. So very reasonable to hit this 2.0 extension here as an extended C wave. We do see those extend just like wave threes. And if that's the case, that's going to 7,026, actually about 7,034 is going to put the SPX right at 7,000. And I know that for the end of the year, there's a lot of call pressure here, a lot of call wall pressure, meaning the market's really going to want to defend that level. And they're only 90 points away, so it doesn't even have to take to the end of the year. They could easily do that tomorrow if they get another gap and go day like today. So the market's been trending strong. You have a gap on the ES. I talked about this on the midday call. Gaps at the highs aren't usually very common, and when they do happen, they usually get filled fairly quickly. So we do have a huge day on Wednesday with the Fed and 3 of the Mag 7 reporting earnings. That should be a lot of catalysts toward the end of the day. The second half of the day, you have the Fed meeting, and then after the close, you're going to have all of those earnings reports. So it's very possible that by Wednesday we're up here and we fail, or we come down a little bit, and then Wednesday we come up. There's a lot of ways to get to 7,000, but Wednesday, if we're not there by Wednesday, I would be looking at that as a potential turning point. If we are up there on Wednesday, I'd look at it as a potential turning point. And if they blow through, well, we'll have to see what we have as far as structure and targets go from there. But right now, 7,000 seems like a pretty reasonable target for a lot of reasons. They pushed through the one-day max today, which is a rare occurrence in the markets. Usually the one-day max will hold and close below. Today it held most of the day, and then toward the end of the day, the bulls were able to drift it up and close above, which is bullish. So the bulls are in charge until something happens that changes the character of the market. And the first thing would be breaking the low from 2 weeks ago around that 65.40 area. If they can do that, then the weekly 21, which should creep up into that area if they do come down, will be support. If they get through that, then coming down to this August low would be the next major zone at 6,300. Until the bears can do something with that, this is the bull market, and it is a bull market until it isn't. As we just saw on the Bitcoin chart, we went through that euphoric run that they had back in 2017, where they went from 3,000, or actually a little less than 2,000 in June, or sorry, mid 2000s in June, all the way by December hitting 20,000, and basically 8xing or 9xing the entire value of Bitcoin in 6 months, and then 1 year later being all the way back down to where they started. So these euphoric runs can go for a while. They can be extremely strong, and they can exceed any expectation that you had, especially if they are a blow off top, where the euphoria takes over and then the bottom drops out. So until the bears can show any kind of resolve, support, follow through, breaks of support, follow through, anything to that magnitude, this is a bull chart, and you should respect that. The pullback level 6809 would be a back test of the breakout. So if they do turn down tomorrow or Wednesday, that would be the first level I'd be looking at for something potentially like that. Or if they come up and bounce off of that and come down. But that will be your first key level to the downside. It's also basically the 1.0, that 6,800 level, but it's a back test of that breakout right there, which they have not back tested yet. So they will come down and very likely back test that zone. On the NASDAQ, very similar stories. You have wave 3, wave 4, and then this overlapping diagonal structure to the upside that is hitting the 1382, which is 26,000, a very reasonable target. However, with the ES being so close, I could see him overshoot this a little bit, even to 2650 or even 26,100, 26,241 area like this, and then come down. But that 26,000 number will be a big round number for the bulls to get through. Could provide some resistance just because of a psychological factor. But if they get through that, they can, squeeze up a little bit, let the ES hit its 7,000 target, and then turn down from there. The turn down levels are going to be the top of the gap here at around 25,672, and then closing the gap, and then back testing this breakout right here at 23,400 to the downside. The bears are going to have to get through that to even get started for any kind of downside pressure. If they do, coming down into these lows at 24.8 and 24,430 will be important. Breaking 24,430, and then ultimately this low here would be the first step in the bears trying to start a charge to the downside that doesn't get immediately snatched up. But the runaway train that is the bulls are in charge, and then they are until they're not. And those are the levels we're looking at on the NASDAQ. Are there any questions on the NASDAQ?
Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it'll take you right over to our website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial. That's because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of the trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. You literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We also have our educational material. If you scroll down a little further on the page, you're going to see our indicators, which you saw in the first part of the video, and also our courses. We have our Trade Waves Academy course, and right now I am giving 50% off of this course if you get the yearly indicator. So if you buy the yearly indicator right now, you're getting 2 months for free on that, and then you get Trade Waves Academy 50% off. In Trade Waves Academy, we go over all of the things that are outside of Elliott Wave to put a complete package together. We go over market psychology, capital management. You can see all the modules here on the screen. Options trading basics, candlestick patterns, how to trade price action, bull and bear traps, how to identify market reversals, fib levels and why they're important, how to identify key support and resistance, and trade setups and proper risk reward. All of this comes inside of Trade Waves Academy. On top of that, you get our Elliott Wave for Beginners course included in this price, and you get the Advanced Elliott Wave for free included in this price. So for $497, you get all of those modules I just said, plus the Beginners course, plus Advanced Elliott Wave. It's an incredible deal, and you can get it for half off right now if you get the yearly indicator. Now, as I did mention, we do have our Advanced and our Beginners Elliott Wave courses. In our Advanced course, we're going through a lot of the things we're seeing on the charts right now. A lot of those things are the advanced fib levels, the diagonals, double and triple threes, flats, triangles, trading Elliott Wave, which right there, that is worth the price of admission. People don't understand that there's 2 paths and how do you trade them if there's up and down. It's because you trade setups, and there are very good setups in Elliott Wave Theory. You have to know how to spot them and trade them, and we talk about that here so that you can understand how to do this course. Now, I understand if this is too advanced. You can see, though, that our traders love it. But if you need to get started at the beginning, we have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. And this course is really helping traders understand a complex market in a way that makes sense. It's extremely confusing when good news makes the market go down, bad news makes the market go up. It stops at random places. You don't know what's going on. That's because the news cycles were garbage. Elliott knew this long ago. He knew that key levels mattered. It's not random, and you're able to find these key levels, and this is what gives you a huge advantage over the rest of the market. In this course, you get 25 videos where we go through your introduction. We have to introduce you to Elliott Wave Theory. We have to get your mindset right and give you the KISS method, how this works and why it works. It's very scientific based. People think it's just, oh, you just make a wave up. No, very scientific based. It's outstanding. Chart setup and tools. We go through all of your chart setups, every tool you need to use with Elliott Wave, how to use it and why we use it, and then the Elliott Wave for Beginners area where we go through each of the waves, how to find the key levels, how to understand impulsive and corrective waves, how to know where to get these measurements, the corrective depth theory, the theory of alternation, the pivot, everything you need to make sense of an irrational market. Now, the really cool thing about both of these courses is there's several ways to get them cheap or for free. You can get them both at a $37 discount with our Elliott Wave course bundle. You can get them for free in our Trade Waves Academy course. If you buy that, they are included in that course. Or if you just want to get them at a low monthly cost, you simply get one of our monthly rooms, as the Elliott Wave courses are included in this price. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, we give you all of your real-time market updates, all of your buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions are answered. The midday video that you watch in these calls, that's live for everybody in these rooms. And then you get the beginners and the advanced course included in this price. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing and day trade. So we do trade quite often in my room. Now, if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, and advanced trading, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as the individual stocks, the futures trading, his income trading method that just kills it, and his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a cheap price, get you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures that trade that's so unique. That's why you get a 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with your next market update.